Today we're going to talk about a topic that interests everyone, and that is money. We're going to talk about how much I made as an intern in Germany and how much do interns in Germany generally make. Stay tuned. Hello, my fellow global citizens. How are y'all doing? It is so nice to be here today with you once more. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Marcus Hanchuk, and on this channel we talk about how to build a thriving, successful international career, how to become a global citizen or a better global citizen, and many related topics such as languages. And on today's video, we're going to talk about something that is quite important, and that is your experience abroad through internships, and focusing a lot more on the aspect of how much are you paid as an intern in Germany. This is so important because when we do internships, we're actually the most vulnerable financially. We're students, and I can only remember my times as a student who weren't as back in the past as you might think, that I was living quite frugally and I did not have a lot of money on my disposal. Now, you can make this whole story a lot harder if you think you're a foreign student in a foreign country and you really depend on a currency that is not as valued as the currency of the country you're currently in. So in my case, the Brazilian real is now around about 7 reais for €1, which is a big disadvantage if you depend on money coming from home. Another factor that is in here is you may be in this new country, you are studying, you were already established in the city where you're currently studying, but you really want to gather this international experience, this international work experience. So you look for companies that are really interesting and you're amused about all of the opportunities that you might have, but you have a lot of costs that are related to it. So you have to move from the city you're currently in to the new city. You may have to pay a deposit for your new home, may have to buy some supplies, some kitchen utensils, a lot of stuff, and this is all bound with costs. And when you're a student, this really is a question that is quite important. So international experience and gathering also international work experience is going to be great, and it's also key for you to build a thriving, successful international career. But in order for you to do that, you have to make sure that you can make a living. And in this video, we'll talk about how much interns make in Germany, if there's any difference between the kinds of internships, and how much I made as an intern in Germany as well. So if you're interested in building up your international career, global citizen, and so on, don't be shy, subscribe to this channel, hit up that notifications bell button. I'll be glad to be with you throughout your journey and to help you out. Also, if you like this video, give me a like. In Germany, there are two main kinds of internship. There is a Pflichtpraktikum, that is translated into English a mandatory internship, and there's also a Freiwilliges Praktikum, that is a voluntary internship. At the end, what you're going to have is work experience that is going to be great for you to land that dream job in the future. So really focus on the experience you're getting. Really think about that this isn't about the money. It's mainly about all of the experiences you're gathering, the things you do, how you develop as a person and as a professional. But money is also important, and there are huge differences between both kinds of internships in Germany. Now, at the end, it all comes down for the company. You're gonna have legal barriers of how minimum you can go with those things, but the companies can also give you as much as they are willing to. A mandatory internship, so a Pflichtpraktikum, is not the best scenario if we're thinking about money and the legal aspects that are bound with it. So if you're doing a mandatory internship, it is ordered by your university where you're currently studying at. It probably involves you writing a report of everything you're doing. It has to be something that teaches you a lot. You have to prove it. A Pflichtpraktikum, I'll say it right now, is not bound to the minimum wage law in Germany. At least a lot of opportunities there that are Pflichtpraktika, that are mandatory internships, are exceptions to the minimum wage. Meaning, you can either get no payment at all, a lot less paid than what you would get in any other job, or get paid equivalent. It all depends on what the company wants to offer you. On the other hand, if you're doing a freiwilliges Praktikum, meaning if you're doing a voluntary internship, if it is above 3 months, okay? So you're doing it for more than 3 months, then the companies are required to pay you at least minimum wage. And minimum wage in Germany, don't let me lie, is currently in 2020. Okay, so in 2020, not in 2021, it was 9 euros 35. If there are any adjustments for 2021, I'll put them on the screen right now. But in 2020, the minimum wage was 9 euros 35 per hour here in Germany. So if you're doing a voluntary internship here for more than 3 months, you're eligible for earning at least this amount of money per hour worked. Now, I must say in this situation that you might do a Pflichtpraktikum, a mandatory internship at a company that doesn't differentiate between the two kinds of internship and that says, okay, we're gonna pay that minimum wage as well as for mandatory and for voluntary internships. It doesn't matter for us, we're paying the same amount. But the requirement is for voluntary. Mandatory internships are not required to be paid anything at all, at least in many, many cases. All right, so when we talk about vacation days, this is also a pretty important aspect when we talk about employment and gathering experience. In Germany, if you're doing a mandatory internship, you have right to no vacation days at all. So you're not actually required, or the companies aren't actually required to give you any vacation days. But if you're doing a voluntary internship and it lasts at least 1 month, then you have the right of having 2 vacation days per month you've worked. And those are business days here in Germany. Meaning, I can take vacation only on days that I would have worked. Differently than Brazil, where we have 15 or 30 vacation days to take, and we have to take them all at once, getting days also on the weekends. And here in Germany, we only take business vacation days. If you work more than 6 months, you're actually entitled of having the whole 24 yearly vacation days. And as I said, those are all minimum requirements. Meaning, if you're at a company that wants to give you more vacation days or wants to pay you more, there's really no barrier at the top. You just need to think about that those are the minimum things you can get. So also as a Pflichtpraktikant, someone who's doing a mandatory internship, you can also get similar adjustments. Now, what was the situation with me and how much money did I make as an intern in Germany? So as some of you might know, I've studied German Latin American Business Administration, or CALA. That is the acronym in Spanish and Portuguese. And in this program, we have a mandatory internship to do in Germany. Whilst I was preparing for the program, or whilst I was in Brazil, I did an internship at a German company and gathered some contacts, and I got the opportunity of coming to Germany before I actually started this German part of my program. So I was not enrolled in a German university. And this is a whole story for itself with visa and getting permission from the German employment agency that I'm eligible to work as an intern here and there. And it was so hard to come, but I've managed to do it. And when I was here, I actually did a freiwilliges Praktikum, so a voluntary internship, because I was not enrolled at university here and I did not have this requirement yet. So back in the day, in 2017, when I did my internship here at a company in the north of Germany, I earned, and it varied every month because it had a lot to do with how many hours I've worked in each month. So, for example, in, which month is this? In May 2017, I have my payslip right here. I earned 1,424 euros and 52 cents gross. And this is also a very important aspect. If you're earning money here in Germany, be ready because there are going to be a lot of discounts. For a Pflichtpraktikum, for example, you don't necessarily have to discount your health insurance. For a freiwilliges Praktikum, a voluntary one, you do. And it's actually a quite good thing. Let us see all of the discounts. So I have here 113 euros and 96 cents discounts for the health insurance, 18 euros and 16 cents for the Pflegeversicherung. This is an insurance that helps to take care of you if you have any kind of disability or if you can't come around yourself.
There was also a discount of 133 euros and 19 cents for retirement and 21 euros and 37 cents for unemployment insurance.
Then I also paid 64 euros and 75 cents income tax. And all of those discounts left me with 1,073 euros and 9 cents, which is pretty good money. That's basically it. I'm doing this video because I had this week a conversation with a friend, and she is a friend from my studies, and she was telling me about how much she was making on her internship. And I also talked with some other people whilst I was here, and they told me how much they were making in their internships, and I was really scared with values of 100 euros, no money at all, 400 euros for work journeys of 40 hours and sometimes many over hours there. So beware, know how much value you have. You can take a look at this video and see if you are doing the right courses for the right reasons. And if you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe to this channel, give me a like, stay tuned, and I'll see you around. Bye!